So I talk about compassion and getting to understand how other people are feeling and what's going on for them. And some people think, why bother? They're just the way they are. And yes, they are the way they are, but understanding and having compassion and trying to see things with from a different perspective can actually help us navigate conversations better. And what I mean by that is, for instance, if we have a guy that's very explosive, he's absolutely amazing at what he does, but he's very explosive when things don't go his way. I've actually had a situation with a client with this one very recently, and when we looked at it, and when we looked at this guy, he was very capable of what he does. He's very good at what he does, but any slight mishap or thing that is out of his control that happens, he literally explodes and basically pushes people and shouts at people. Behavior is not acceptable. So it's his behavior that needed dealing with. But when we understood what was actually going on for him and unpacked him a little bit, we understood that he actually felt isolated. And because his thinking was that he was isolated and he was alone, his actions pushing people away actually made people walk away from him, which then actually backed up his thinking that he was alone. So he was actually self-sabotaging his whole situation. And all he really wanted was support. That's what he's wanting, but he's going about it completely differently. And understanding the fact of what he's wanting and where his mind currently is and how his behavior is self-sabotaging to him, we can help navigate conversations around that to support him, to sort of say, give him the know-how to fix it for himself, because he was a very dominant, very alpha male. So to go in and say, look, you need to fix this and you need to do this and you need to stop talking to people like that, it's not going to work, because you are now dictating to him, who you could be an alpha male or female too, and he's not going to take that on, because it will almost be like the rivalry. So it's just a matter of empowering him and say, hey, what's going on? What's happened? Okay, I understand that wasn't that wasn't how it was supposed to work to plan, but let's talk about this. What happened with Tim? What happened with that? And he didn't do this, and I just shouted at him. Okay, so now what's happening with your relationship with him? Is he working productive for you? No, he isn't. He's now just sooking in the corner. Okay, so what would you want from him instead? And reverse engineer it. Well, I want him to be proactive. I want him to work hard. Okay, so what do we need to do to encourage that? And all of a sudden, he starts coming up with different solutions for himself, being the alpha male, taking control and responsibility with that. And you know what? With this situation, with this guy and this company that we unpacked it with, we got change within a couple of days. And this company had tried to change this guy. He'd been pulled up 4 times in 4 different ways, and none of it worked, because they didn't understand who he was, what was running him, what his drivers was, and what he wanted instead. So by understanding people better, we can navigate conversations better to get the best out of people. So if you guys have got any experience or anything, any questions or anything, always put them in the comments. Always happy to answer them. Reach out if you've got any questions or you want to brainstorm some solutions if you are going through something similar to this, because I know that this is not a one-off. I've seen it time and time before, if not in my 20 years of being in the building industry myself, and also working with my clients as well. So put your comments in if you have any in the box below, and I will answer them back, or feel free to message me. Always happy to have a conversation and brainstorm some ideas with you. So until the next video, take care.